Just so everybody knows, we are recording this. And we will answer any questions that you guys have at the end. So if you think of a question, feel free to write it in the chat during the PowerPoint while we are talking to you guys, and we will get back to it at the end. When the PowerPoint is pulled up, I cannot see any comments, so someone else can answer it, or we'll answer it right at the end for you. Know that we are excited to share this opportunity with you, and it's something that truly has changed our life and is continuing to change everyone's life that's in this with us. But we want to make sure that you know if it's right for you. So if you have a question, do not be scared to ask us. No question is stupid. We all had tons of questions when we got started, and we want you to know what this is going into it so you're not left having questions and self-doubt or fears. I am going to go ahead and share my screen with you guys. Okay, so what it takes to be an online health and fitness influencer. We are going to kick this off sharing our story with all of you guys. There's going to be 5 of us that are going to speak to you, and while some of the parts of our story are going to be a little bit similar, there are so many differences, and there's so many things that change throughout life that we get to share with you guys what it's done individually for us. Oops, sorry. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and kick it off. My name is Jessie Marchand. I'm a mom of 2. I have an 11-year-old and a 13-month-old, and then our little dog, Max. In 2008, I became a mom for the first time. I was a single mom, and I honestly had no idea what I was doing and figuring it out as I went along. I really was doing an awesome job, I thought, in the beginning, and then I started to really just feel lost and feel super insecure about who I was, and none of my friends had kids, and I didn't really have a circle of people that supported me other than my family, and I started to feel really alone. In 2010, the coaching opportunity was presented to me by a girl I knew, and she had brought it up, and honestly, I was not at a state in my life where I wanted to start something new or I knew anything about it. So I kind of brushed it off and kept going down the road I was going down, not knowing that later in life this was going to be put in front of me again, and I was going to say yes that time. I had gone back to finish school from 2012 to 2014, and when I graduated, I thought, okay, awesome, got my degree, I have a bachelor's degree, and my big dream was to work an 8-to-5 job. I wanted to have an 8-to-5 job where I could tuck my kids into bed at night, I could be home on the weekends with them, and that was just literally my dream. There was no like income that I cared to make. There was no big goal that I had to reach. I just wanted a salary job because I had been working as a server and a bartender for so many years, and I was so sick of the late nights and the weekends and missing family things. And my daughter used to just want me to be able to put her to bed. And as you know, when you're serving and bartending, most places you're going to make the most money at night. And it was so rough that she would be staying up and waiting for me until I got home till like midnight or 1 o'clock in the morning just because she wanted to see me. So I just could not wait to have that job. I had actually taken, right before I got started Beachbody, was when I really started getting bad anxiety. I would wake up in the middle of the night and feel like my heart was racing. I would be burning up, and I would just want to freak out. I lived with my parents at the time, and I felt horrible. I was getting super depressed. I had horrible eating habits. I had struggled with an eating disorder for 10 years, and I would not eat. And when I did, I would throw up. And I literally just could not break that cycle. I went to a high school where everybody was doing that same thing, and I thought that was the normal thing that girls were doing. And for me, even though I knew I wasn't doing something healthy, I didn't know how to change it. I didn't know how to eat properly. I didn't know how to work out. And I didn't really have anyone around me that knew how to do that either. So I just started feeling super alone, and I would drink. I would always need a drink after work, or I would always need a drink anytime anything was bad in my life. And it became how I dealt with everything, basically. And I was still applying for jobs, still bartending, still serving, still feeling horrible about who I was and just about where I was at in life. And I had a job opportunity that came up. And again, I didn't care what I was making. That salary job was all I freaking wanted. And so I had a few rounds of interviews and was so excited because it was down to me and one other girl. And I thought I was getting it. And I ended up not getting it. And it like broke my heart because I really thought this job was going to be like perfect. I could drop my daughter off at school. She would only be in daycare a little bit after school and I would have my weekends off. So when I didn't get it, I'll never forget, I was in Hobby Lobby and I was on the phone with my now husband and I had told him like I didn't get the job and I started crying in Hobby Lobby in the aisle. And he told me that God had a better plan for my life. And at the time I was like, okay, no, he doesn't, because my life is going nowhere, because that's how I really felt. I just felt like nothing ever was working out for me. And I just didn't know how to fix it. And so I decided, my daughter had gotten old enough where she was noticing her mom never ate. And she started telling people, my mom doesn't eat. And when people would ask us to go for dinner, she would tell them, well, my mom doesn't eat. And it really started to bother me. It was embarrassing for me. And it also like made me feel like a horrible mom, because here I am raising this beautiful little girl and she is learning at such a young age that not eating is the way to go. So after her saying it repeatedly and me probably feeling a little angry and being like, don't say that, and trying to cover it up, I realized I needed to make changes and I needed to become better, because I had a little girl that was counting on me and I had a little girl that was looking up to me. And as you guys know, in society, there is so much pressure on girls and you lose your confidence and you lose your self-esteem and you're just trying to fit in and you're just trying to feel pretty and feel good in your own skin. And it can be really hard and it can really wear on you when you just feel like you're never enough or you're never pretty enough or strong enough or you can never do things. And that's how I always felt. And I just didn't want to put that same stuff into her. So I started an Instagram and I wanted to just find people that were working out, that were taking care of themselves, so I could kind of like learn from them and figure out what the heck to do to eat food and not gain a ton of weight, but like feel good in my own skin. When I started the Instagram, I ended up coming across paths with a complete stranger and I started following her journey. She had just started this opportunity. She was a teacher and she was talking about how when she had her baby, she wanted to be home with her baby and she would be leaving her teaching job to do her business full time, her online health and fitness business. And I decided, like, if she's doing this, maybe it's something I could do. And I need to get healthy. So if I could learn how to be healthy and then become good at this, then, you know, I could change my life too. So I kept following her and following her and following her until eventually I reached a point where I was like, okay, I'm ready to get started. When I told her I was ready to get started, my credit card actually did not work. And I put it in right. And I thought that was a sign like, oh, I'm not supposed to do this. And so the next month she followed up with me and I was like, oh, must not be my time again. The third month is actually when my card ended up working and the numbers were exactly the same, you guys. It was such a like weird fluke thing and I'll never forget it. But the third month it ended up working and I was like, okay, I'm going to get started on my fitness journey. I'm going to start sharing my journey and hopefully I can change my life the way this girl is changing her life. And that's really when it kicked off. I went into this opportunity as someone who felt so alone and depressed and anxious all the time, using alcohol to deal with everything. I was not proud of the mom that I had become. I wasn't proud of the example that I was setting for my daughter. And I wanted to change it all. So when I went into this, I went full on into it. It wasn't like maybe I'll be good at it or maybe I'll see success at it or maybe I'll get healthy a little bit. Like I wanted to become the best version of me so I could be the best version to her. And I've never looked back. I've been a coach for 4.5 years now. I left both my jobs. I was working 80 hours a week between two of my jobs. I also taught dance. And I was moving from Illinois to South Carolina. My husband was getting out of the military and we were going to be starting our we'd be moving down here to join him. And I didn't want my daughter with sitters. So I was like, okay, I'm going to do this. I'm going to go work hard, make it work, even with my busy schedule. And I did it and left my job in 7 months. And in 4 years, I became a 6-figure earner. I kept working. I kept showing up. And we're going to go over all of that, what that looks like when you're showing up. But it honestly has changed every single part of who I am today. One of the things I never knew about a fitness and health journey was how much the mental part can destroy you or build you up. Our minds have a funny way of making us believe that we can't do things. Our minds have a way of us believing that we're not enough, and you have to work on that every single day. And yet so many people don't know that. You can go to a gym all the time, or you can get a nutritionist, but you don't realize that unless you're working on your mindset every single day, it's going to be really hard to switch those thoughts, because if you're telling yourself you're not good enough, that's what you're going to believe. And you have to change that mindset. The mom that I am today and the wife that I am today is completely different than the girl I ever imagined being. Like, I really was, and I hate saying it out loud, but I really was like a loser that was doing nothing with her life. And I would get so drunk all the time, and it's so embarrassing for me to even look back at that. But I know that that was God's plan for my life, that He put this here, and that He gave me an opportunity to not only change my life, but to help so many other women change their life as well. Coaching can change your marriage and the relationships with your kids and the example that you set. My son will grow up with his mom at home. My husband actually in 5 months will be coming home to work the business full time, and we'll be doing it together. But our son will grow up having both of us home, and that will be the norm to him. He will grow up knowing how to eat healthy and how to take care of himself, because we've been able to learn that along the way. He'll know that his parents help people get healthy, and he'll know that faith is a big part of our journey, and so is mindset. My daughter, on the other hand, is where it's actually really, really cool, and probably the most emotional part of my entire story and my entire journey so far. My daughter will grow up knowing the mom that she saw in the beginning for the first part of her life. And she always, still to this day, thanks me for starting this. And she thanks me because she knows that I was a mom before that was so lost and so broken. And I was not happy. And I just struggled so much, you guys, that she was able to see that. And now she's able to see how different my life is. My daughter and my husband were sitting next to me the first time that we led an elite team, which is just something that you can do in the company. And our team was able to do that my second year. And she got to sit next to me when our corporate office called, and she got to be so proud of her mom. And for the first time, I'll never forget that moment, because I just sat there feeling like I made my husband proud and I made my daughter proud. And the example that I'm setting and how thankful she is the reason that I share this opportunity every single day, because kids deserve to have parents that feel good. Kids deserve to have parents that are happy, and taking care of yourself gets you to that point. It is so hard to do things if you are always being negative, and you are always beating yourself up inside about the person you are. And if you are always struggling with money and always struggling to even, get home for dinner and just find time. This has given us freedom to travel and freedom to work around my kids' schedules so that I can be home with my son and I can be at my daughter's school. It's given us freedom to really create the life that we wanted, and a life that I never knew was possible. So as we go through everyone's stories today, I want you to really just listen to the different stories, and hopefully you can take something away from each of ours. But really know that no matter what your story is, no matter who you are right now sitting on this call, ask yourself in 4 years where you want to be. Because the opportunity can change every single part of your life if that's where you want to be. And don't think that any baggage or any background is too bad that you can't do this or you can't be successful, because that baggage and that background that you have is going to be your story. And you are going to be able to help the other people. I like to say the other Jessies of the world is who I want to help. the people that felt as low as I did, I want to help those people believe that they can be more and that they can do more and that they can set a better example for their kids. I hope you guys enjoy hearing all of our stories, and please, please, please ask us any questions that you have tonight.
All right. Hi, everyone. My name is Pam, and my story is very different than Jesse's. But I am a wife. I am a full-time teacher. I teach 6th grade at an elementary school, so I still teach all of the subjects, and I have been a teacher now for, I don't know, 12 years, I think, which is crazy to me because I don't feel like I'm that old. But when I was presented the coaching opportunity, I had just come out of a divorce, and I was in a pretty unhealthy marriage, just constantly being put down. And I really had no self-confidence. I had no self-esteem. I was just in a really low place. And I, financially was in the hole from getting divorced and then having to move out and find my way, on my own, which was all new to me and super hard. I had never lived on my own before. I was always, had lived at home, or when I got married, I was living with my now ex-husband. And so for me, when I was presented this opportunity, I was really looking for a place to belong. I felt super lost. I felt super alone. I knew that I needed to make a change. I just felt very like blah every day. Like I just was going through the motions of life. I knew that I needed a change. So the opportunity was presented to me, and I probably said no a handful of times because I didn't want to share about anything I was going through, and I just didn't think that I could be good at being a coach and helping other people when I felt so lost myself. So I started working out at a gym, and my journey started at a gym. And when I first started with Beachbody programs, I was very skeptical and very hesitant because I did not think that I would be able to get results that I felt like I needed from home. So as I started these programs and I jumped into an accountability group, and the community that I found within these accountability groups was exactly what I didn't know at the time, but what I was missing from my life. And being a part of a group and a community of women that is constantly, just so positive and uplifting, and everybody was cheering each other on, and we all have days where it's super hard and days where we don't feel like working out, or we have mind blocks about whatever kinds of things are happening in our personal lives. It's so nice to know that there is a community and a support system for me in place. And through this community, I was able to just grow so much and gain so much self-confidence that I am a totally different person than I am today than I was 5 years ago when I was, getting divorced. So today I am remarried to an amazing guy who I probably never would have met had I have not started on this journey and had I have not started taking care of myself. And I am surrounded by this amazing community and all of these girls that lift me up and cheer me on through life every single day. So the community aspect for me has been huge. And yes, the financial aspect for me too has been awesome. Like I no longer have to worry, if I want to go get a manicure or buy myself some new clothes, like I don't feel guilty about that. Or, before I would have to put so many things on credit cards and I was not paying off my credit cards, where now every month I am able to pay that off in full and not have to worry about it. So this business has truly like transformed me personally, like from the inside out. And I just love it.
Thank you, Pam.
All right. Hi, guys. My name is Alex Lowe, and I am a wife. I am a dog mama of 2 doggies, and I am 8.5 months pregnant with a soon-to-be baby boy. So if I am talking slow, it's just because I'm trying not to get out of breath as I'm talking. So about 4 years ago, three and a half years ago, I was a teacher, I had my master's and multiple teaching credentials, and that's what I thought my life purpose was. And I want to start this out by saying I think teachers are saints. If you're a teacher, I think you are an amazing, amazing person. But for me, this is just my journey. So I was in a job in special education working with severe disabilities, and I got hit, punched, kicked. My clothes were torn every single day. It was a really, really exhausting, mentally draining job. I was a newlywed about 6 months to a year into marriage, and I wasn't taking care of my health. I was the most negative person, and on paper, I should have been the happiest, right? I was a newlywed to this amazing guy. I had a job right out of my master's, which I was getting paid well. Like, on paper, I had it all, right? But inside, I was miserable. I, not only physically, I was 20 pounds overweight. I would start fights with my husband anytime we'd want to go anywhere, even to dinner, because I hated the way I looked and nothing fit me. And I was just a miserable, negative person. On top of that, my internal health was really bad. I think this started when I was 24 years old. I had extreme migraines, about 3 a week, that would land me in the hospital. My husband found me unconscious on our bathroom floor and rushed me to the ER. I was diagnosed with having a stroke, and my heart was in atrial fibrillation. And that was the first time I'd heard of that. My husband's like, what the heck? He's like, this is all so shocking to us. So after that, it became a year of just feeling like a science project. I had heart monitors. I had endless amounts of heart tests, and saw a neurologist monthly, saw an electrophysiologist monthly, was on so much medicine, got a call from an electrophysiologist saying that my heart paused for 3 seconds when I had a heart monitor. So like I was, in my 20s feeling like, how is this going to be my life for the rest of, it gets me emotional because I was just like, how is this going to be? I'm only in my 20s. Like, you're supposed to be healthy and happy with your job. Like, how am I going to work this job for another 30 years? How am I going to, like, I was told I'd be on medicine for the rest of my life and be on these heart monitors and all of that. So I was just felt like I was in a hole. And I was approached by this girl on Instagram, which was Jessie. And she asked if I wanted to be a health and fitness coach. And I literally laughed because I was the most negative, unhappy person in the world. I'm like, I eat hot Cheetos and Dr. Pepper every day. I could not help anybody with their health journey or inspire anybody, right? And then about 8 months later, through all those health issues, I got approached again. And for some reason, I'm religious, and I felt like God was calling me to it. I felt like, okay, just listen. So I was a part of a sneak peek similar to this, and y'all, I felt like it was just like a light, like, this is what I'm supposed to do. This is an answer to my prayers. So the next day, literally, I dove into my health and fitness. I dove into the programs, and I stayed consistent with my health journey. I fell in love with the fact that that our job is to work on ourselves first and foremost, because I never made time for myself. I never filled my cup up first. And, this is now 3.5 years ago, but very quickly after I started, I was slowly getting off medicine. I was no longer getting migraines. And now 3.5 years later, almost, I am still not on any single medicine. Even being pregnant, like, I have no health issues. I know I see a cardiologist once a year just to kind of check up, and they're shocked that I'm still not on medicine. I get maybe 2 migraines a year, and they're so minimal. My health has completely changed because I was told I would be on medicine for the rest of my life. They actually told me that I would have to have an ablation, which is shocking my heart, to make it seem normal again. And so like every single aspect of my health has changed. But not only that, I became a happier person because our job is to work on ourselves. My marriage is so much stronger because I'm happier with myself. You're not happy with yourself, you can't make your husband happier. You can't be happy in a relationship. For the first time, I had a supportive, oh, and I also want to say that my husband and I work out together every day, which is the best bonding experience ever. Like as Pam said, the community is amazing. I had a big group of girlfriends, but none of them supported me for me. None of them, I didn't feel like I could truly be myself with them. And now like these girls are, some of my best friends, which is incredible. And I think one of the most important things that is for me now is that I'm going to be able to be a stay-at-home mom with my baby boy. And as a teacher, in my district, we got 4 weeks of maternity leave. I could not imagine putting my 1-month-old in daycare because we don't have family by us. So the fact that I'll be able to be home with my baby boy and watch him grow up is the coolest thing ever. And it literally brings me to tears because I am such a different person than I was when I started this. It's changed every single aspect of my life.
Alex, you have me crying. All right. Thank you so much, Alex. And you guys, for everyone on the call, it's crazy because we hear each other's stories and we've been in this business together. But every time I hear the differences and just how people have dealt with different things, whether it's Pam going through her divorce and coming out better and stronger, and Alex coming off her medications, it's crazy because everybody's story is so different and it has changed the person that they're going to become. All right, next up, Monica.
Oh, hey guys. All right, so my name is Monica Trojan. I've been coaching now for a little over a year. I would say like a year and 4 months, like actively coaching the business. A little bit about my story. I went to college. I partied way too much. I was really unsure about what I wanted to do in life. I changed my major about literally 10 times, from like nursing to teaching to business. Like I was a hot freaking mess. Like I was all over the place. So then I decided to take a break from school and to quote unquote find myself. So in the meantime, I actually picked up a serving gig. I started making really good money at the age of 19 years old. And being in the hospitality industry led me to having so many freaking drinking friends. Like that's all the kind of friends I had. Like no one was there for like pushing me up to be better in life. It was just all drinking buddies. So all I did was work, go out for drinks after, and like literally repeat. So I had no sense of purpose or drive in life. And it's just like so sad to think about. I just felt like so lost and I had no idea what I wanted out of life, what I craved out of life. I just felt like defeated. So I felt more lost than ever. I was watching Jessie on social media, who is my coach, she used to work at the restaurant that I was working at the time. So we were both servers there together. She started being an online health and fitness coach first. And she actually invited me to join her like right away. She's like, girlfriend, you need to do this with me. Like you are just like partying. You have no like passion in life. And I literally turned her down like 10 times, but I was following her journey on social media. She was living this happy, healthy life, sharing about it on social media. And I felt so envious of her and of her life. Like, what is this girl actually doing? And how can I be this happy? So I actually joined Jessie's online challenge group first to finally like start taking care of myself, start getting healthy, lose a few pounds, because all of those late night drinking, binges and eating made me gain some weight. Cause I like literally, we would go out to the bar after work because we were starving. just like drink some beers, take some shots. Like it was just like so like such a like sad lifestyle. And then we would like eat pizza late at like midnight and wings and like, you know, like and repeat like Monday through Friday. So I was like, I'm in desperate need of like a lifestyle change. So I joined Jesse's challenge group. I started off with a 21-day workout program called the 21-Day Fix Extreme. And I started feeling and looking amazing. After just 21 days of this lifestyle, I was like hooked. So Jessie asked me if I ever considered doing what she was doing as an online health and fitness coach. And I was like, girl, I don't have what it takes to do this. Like I honestly, like I said earlier, I turned her down like 10 times. But I continued to follow her on social media. And yeah, I finally was like, you know what? I'm going to go for it. I continued being a challenger in her challenge groups and continuously following her on social media. And after like watching her consistently, I'm like, this girl is so happy. This girl is like, has so much drive and purpose, and she's just living her best damn life. I need to do this too. Like, what do I have to lose? I was already doing the workouts. I was getting like so healthy, so fit. People were asking me like, what are you doing to feel so amazing? Like, you look great. You feel more energized. Like, I was drinking the shake at work all the time. It's called Shakeology. And I started thinking to myself, like, I've always wanted to work from home and be my own boss and be a stay-at-home mom when the time comes. So this would be the perfect opportunity for me and my future family. So I ended up like talking to my boyfriend about it. Him and I have been together now for about 5 years. So basically like my life partner, and he was like, you should go for it. Like, he's like, you would be so amazing. And he was watching me do my workouts, and he's like, I honestly think you should go for it. What do you have to lose? So we have always talked about me being a stay-at-home mom with our kids in the future. So he was so on board with the idea of, you know, me working from home full-time, being a Beachbody coach, and just like paying it forward and helping women feel as amazing as I was feeling. So it's been over a year now since I became a coach, and it's just changed my life. Like, I honestly, like, it saved my life. It hasn't just changed my life, it saved my life. So like every single day now, like my family, my friends, my boyfriend, they always say how much happier I am ever since becoming a coach. And it is so true. Like, I am just like changed in every aspect, like mentally, physically, like the community that Beachbody offers, like these girls on this call that are leading this call with me, they are my best friends. Like, they uplift me, we uplift each other, we inspire each other daily, and we just cheer each other on in life, not just in our businesses, but in life. So, and I'm so proud and happy to say that I'll be leaving my job this year to be a full-time coach. And it's just like always been my dream to work from home. And it's even better to even think about me being a coach full-time and helping others just live their best life. And it's just been so rewarding. I'm just so blessed.
Yay! And we can't wait for Monica to be full-time. It's going to be here before we know it. Oh, sorry. I like click that every time, you guys. All right, next up, Lauren.
Hi guys, my name is Lauren Jacobs, and I am recently engaged, also a foreign mama, and I was a food and beverage manager for a pretty well-known entertainment complex near us, and I had been doing food and beverage my entire life. I had been working in the industry for 15 years, so that meant working sometimes 70 to 80 hours a week, 6 to 7 days a week, and I was just burnt out all the time. I just thought I was meant for hospitality, and that's just what I was going to do for the rest of my life. I had climbed the ranks over the years. I've gotten promoted many times, and I just thought this is what I was meant to do because I was good at it, but I didn't necessarily love doing it. So I kind of fell in a rut of just working day in and day out, and that meant, you know, you had to give all of your attention to the job and to the business, and I gave no attention to myself. So I was literally running around like a chicken with my head cut off at work all the time, almost never eating because the days were so long and I was just so busy. I just never ate. And when I did, it was just a quick, unhealthy meal, maybe once a day, late at night. And then I'd be so stressed out from working all the time. I'd just have a drink to get myself to go to bed, and then I'd wake up and do it the next day. And I was just feeling like kind of crappy about myself and my life and how things were going. Even though I had, a pretty nice career and I was making a good living off of it, I just wasn't fulfilled, and it was just not making me happy or satisfied at the end of the day. So Jessie had actually reached out to me a couple times and asking me to join her team, and I was just like, there's absolutely no way that I have any more time that I can carve out for myself or to do anything else on my plate. And she probably asked me 5 or 6 times over a span of 3 years. And finally, I was at a pretty low point of my health and how I felt and just looking in the mirror and what I look like. And I finally said, you know what, let's just do it. And even though I was not working out, I hadn't probably worked out since I was a dance major in college. It had been years since I had lifted weights, ran, went to the gym at all. I decided to go and be a coach right away because I knew I had to just put both feet in and just see where it took me, because I know it would help me stay accountable. And I don't do anything half-assed. I put all of my eggs in one basket and just go for it. So even though I was working an insane amount of hours, I decided to just do it. And I actually have been doing this for a little over a year and a half. And at one point, I let the business side of me get the best of me, and I actually took a little hiatus because my full-time job was just too demanding, and I couldn't figure out how to balance making both of them work. And I actually started to spiral back down and got even to a lower point in my life, and knew that if I didn't make a huge change, that this was going to be my cycle for the rest of my life, that I was going to be working 15, 16-hour days every single weekend, every holiday, no time to myself, for my family, for my fiance, just, this really thankless job where I was just putting so much of myself into the business and getting nothing back from it. I did not personally feel fulfilled or rewarded, and I just felt stuck. So finally in January, I said, you know what, I'm going to go for it. My fiance even talked me into it and said, you're not as happy as you used to be. You just need to do what makes you happy. And I decided to go for it. And since January, I have not looked back. And my goal in January was to retire from Topgolf, which was my full-time career, in December. And as I kept building and putting all of my focus into Beachbody, I was spending less and less time putting my energy into Topgolf. So I actually decided it's time for me to just do what makes me happy and follow my passion, and follow this community of where it takes literally just one person and helping one person feel good, and that made me feel good. And I said, even if I make no money doing it, I'm going to follow what makes me happy, and this is what we're going to do. And I quit my full-time job on June 1st was my last day, and I have literally never been happier in my entire life. It feels amazing to pursue making other people feel good inside and out, and I literally could not be happier that Jessie asked me probably 6, 7, 8 times over a span of a few years, because this is now my life where I get to wake up happy every single day. I can live life on my terms and not on somebody else's schedule and, for somebody else's dreams. I literally get to build my life and my dreams just for making other people feel good inside and out. And it couldn't feel more amazing.
Thank you, Lauren. And if you guys cannot see the trend that most people are so scared to start, and it takes the opportunity either being placed in front of you once or twice or 3 times or 4 times, sometimes maybe even 10 times before you sometimes feel comfortable, because it's scary. It is scary to believe in something, and it's scary to believe that you can change your life and that there is a whole world out there different than the one you're told all of growing up, because I think most of us can probably agree that you think you have to have an 8 to 5 job and you have to, go to school and then you get this job and you work all the time and that's your life and that's just what you're supposed to do. So kind of changing that whole mindset can be scary and it can be fearful as well. So we totally all relate to that, because none of us were just like, oh, we're not scared at all. It was a big change for all of us. Next, I'm going to talk to you guys about income. And we wanted you guys, we don't do this business because of income, but if I'm being 100% honest with you guys, income makes a difference in your life, because I could not stay home with my son if I was not making an income. And I cannot bring my husband home from work to do a business if I didn't have an income going on that we could, pay our mortgage and pay our car payments and still live. So income is not why you do it. You do it to honestly live your best life. But if you go in with the intention that you are going to show up and feel good and help other people feel good, your income's going to go up. And that's literally how it goes. And I'm going to show you a few different income progressions. And while I talk about each one, I want you guys to think that if you could make an income being the healthiest version of yourself, what would your life look like? And really think outside the box, because almost everybody probably struggles with debt, with student loan debt, with credit card debt, with just paying things off, I used to struggle just with paying groceries. So that's like a huge thing. And it's a huge thing that can stress you out and give you anxiety and make you feel down. And it's something that you have an option to change. And it's literally right in front of you if you're willing to do the work. So I wanted to show you a few different, because this really is the efforts you put in. And there can be people making all different amounts of money. If you notice on the bottom of each of them, we do say no income is guaranteed. It is through heart and hustle and consistency that you are going to grow an income. You will have everything you need to do it, and you will have us all along the way. You are on a team and you're not alone, but it is what you want it to be, whether it's a little side hustle or just enough money to pay your car payment or pay off some debt. Or maybe you want to come home from work and be home with your kids, or maybe it's something you and your husband would love to do one day. It's going to depend on your goals and what those are. So Monica's month 1, she made $120. And her month 12, she was making $1,350. My first month was January 2016. I made $569. And my 4th year, this past January, I made $9,631.39. Something that I want to show you guys, and also when I get to MK's, which is another coach buddy of mine, month 1, she made $207, and month 38, she made $12,857. Something to know about this business is that your first month in the business, you will not become a millionaire. If you are on this call thinking that you will become a millionaire right from day 1 in your first month in it, be realistic, because that's not going to happen. This is definitely not a business where you get rich your first month, and it is not some pyramid thing. It is something that you work towards, and the sky really is the limit, which I am going to show you on the next page. But it really comes from the work that you are willing to do. And it does take time. But all through that, you are becoming the best version of yourself. So when I say the sky is the limit, I wanted to share one of my friends, Melissa Brewer, her yearly income. In 2014, for the entire year, you guys, she made $13,000 for the entire year. She was doing this very, very part-time. She is a mom. And it's, again, something for you guys to see that it wasn't a huge amount in that first year. She was just starting a business. She was a brand new business owner. And $13,000 was still $13,000 her family didn't have. In 2015, she made $63,000. So she went from making $13,000 to $63,000. And that's when it really became a significant income for her family. Her lifetime earnings right now is $756,000. and $245. I wanted to share her income because when we say the sky is the limit, this is an average mom, you guys. She was an average mom who was struggling with her husband, who was working a ton and not home with her kids. And she had so much debt, and she was willing to do the work that has gotten her to what she's earning now. This income, when you're looking at it, I know you look at it and probably think, I could never be making that in my entire life. But the cool part about this business is that everyone is just an average person working hard to build a business online, sharing their health and fitness journey. And it's really, the sky really is the limit. You can be the coach that in 6 years can say they're making this. But know that your year one is not going to be that 6-year income. Your year one is going to be different. So while you listen to the rest of this and what we actually do every day and all of that stuff, the perks and the things that we've heard that people are scared about, I want you guys to remember that your first year and 6 years can be totally different. And the person that she became from year 2014 to 2019 is completely different. And that's where the really cool part is. So don't ever think that any dream you have is too big. I read my vision statement every single morning on where I want my family to go. I show up every single day because I have big goals for what I want. My goal was to become a 6-figure earner in 4 years. And at 4 years, I did it. And it was because I read it every single morning. Even when I was only making $500 in a month, I was reading on a piece of paper every single morning that I was going to be a 6-figure earner in 4 years. So my goals for the next 4 years, you better believe, is to be getting to Melissa Brewer status and feeling freaking proud of what I'm doing every single day. And that's what this opportunity has. You dream bigger. And you really don't let anything get in your way of your dreams and your goals, because who's there to tell you that your goals and dreams don't matter? You're the only person that will hold you back. And that's why you have a team of women that's going to support you on the days that are hard, because we want you to know that you can be wherever you want to be in this business and with this team.
All right, so what do we do in order to grow our businesses? So the first and most important part of growing your business is that you are showing up for yourself every single day. You are showing up on your own journey every single day. And that is one of the things that is so cool about this business, is that you are working on becoming the best version of yourself. And while you are doing that, you're connecting with other people and showing other people how they can do that as well. So first and foremost, you are committing to a workout program, whether that's a Beachbody program, or maybe you are a gym person and you love going to the gym, or you're into CrossFit or whatever fitness routine that you enjoy doing, you can still do that, but now you're just sharing about it. You are using your platform to be able to help inspire other people to also live their best life. So committing to your fitness, committing to your nutrition. We are fortunate enough to have amazing nutritionists that have created very easy to follow nutrition programs that go along with all of the Beachbody programs, and that can also stand alone. And if there are people who can't work out for various reasons or just really don't like it, you still can, excuse me, you still want to be committed to your health journey as well. So we have all of those tools and all of the resources to help you be successful within that. But really, you are making yourself a priority. You are becoming the number one priority in your life so that you can be there for all of the other people that matter the most to you. Once as you're showing up for yourself, we also have something that's called the Business Activity Tracker, and which is this sheet here. And this is basically a checklist for you to follow every single day to help you do the things that you need to move your business forward. A huge part of what we do is not only taking care of ourselves, but being able to share that as well and connect with other people. And honestly, none of us on this call knew each other prior to being in this business. And many of us met through social media online, which is super cool that we were able to come together and start something super awesome just from meeting each other all online. So the very first thing is you're being proof that the product works. So like I said, you're committed to your journey, your fitness, and your health journey. The second thing that we do is we connect with other people, and that can be, people, if you're part of a mom's group, maybe you're chatting with those people in your mom's group. I'm a teacher, so I connect with a lot of teachers that I work with and talk with those people. It doesn't have to strictly be things on social media. But you are talking to people, sharing with them about the things that you are doing, investing in them, and finding out what are the things that they're doing currently that are working for them and what things are not working. How can you best serve them? We show up on social media, so making sure that you are sharing daily. And along with this checklist, we also have a ton of training that you would go through and with your coach in order to be able to kind of learn and maybe feel a little bit more comfortable. When I started, I was like never on social media, and I had never taken a selfie, and I did not want to do any of that, but you learn how to do that as you go. And we have a lot of trainings and support to be able to help you with all of these things. You're responding to people, you're talking with people who are messaging you or commenting or liking any of the, statuses or things that you're sharing about. And you're getting people results. You are helping people. We have a very private tracker app that we use to run our challenge groups. And through that app, people are connected, they build relationships with each other, they are invested in a community of support. And through that app, through the community, through the fitness programs, the nutrition programs, you're going to help people feel freaking amazing, which is so, so cool. And the last thing that we do is, we all four of us that shared our stories with you today talked about how much of a mental shift we have all made for various reasons. And a huge part of that is because we read personal development so that we can get better every single day. And you can start off small. It can be listening to audiobooks. It can be listening to podcasts, reading, whatever. But that reading and personal development, is something that is personal to you. So you're reading or learning about something that is going to help you be an even better version of yourself. And that's pretty much it in a nutshell of, kind of what we do on the day to day.
Okay, sorry, I'm trying to figure out. All right, hold on 1 second. How can I? Oh, wait, here we go. Sorry about that. Okay.
You have to share your screen, Jessie.
Oh, hold on. All right, sorry about that, guys.
All right, so this is a super fun topic, and this is all about incentives and perks we get with our jobs. And I love talking about this because when I was a teacher, nobody gave me gifts, nobody congratulated me or recognized me, and I know that's how it is at most jobs. So our company gives us gifts, sometimes monthly, sometimes quarterly, Like I know 2 of the coaches on my team that are on this call right now just earned a free tank top in the month of May for helping people. So you get recognized with super cool gifts. Sometimes it's a tank top. Sometimes it's a backpack or a duffel bag or like this fun little board game, or it's always really cool gifts. It's not like a pencil. It's really fun gifts that you get really excited about. And I know for me, that's a huge motivator because I love getting getting appreciated and getting recognized for helping people and doing my job and growing my income. Another really cool thing that is provided for us are tons of trip opportunities. So every year, so next month, July, there's an annual conference that all of the coaches go to, and it's Beachbody puts it on, and it's literally the best weekend of the year. And there's tons of trainings, and you get to bond with your team. And some of the pictures on the slide are from the one with our sports bras on, the one with all of us at the bar, like holding drinks. That's also from the trip. And it's literally just a weekend where you get to bond with your team, get so inspired from these trainings, fall more in love with the company and the mission. And same with, we also have retreats. So retreats are something that our own teams provide. And I know personally, a lot of us have been to like Florida or Charleston or Georgia, like a mountain cabin in Georgia, and just really get treated for growing our business and helping people. And those weekends are just full of, like I said, girl time. We get to, eat dinner and have wine at night and trainings and team bonding during the day and getting spoiled with photo shoots and makeup and hair and so much swag. And it's just such a fun time. Like I never had this, like I said, this community before. And so the fact that we all get to have a girls' weekend, like I don't know about you, but I'm about to be in my 30s. Like I don't know many people in their 30s who get to have these girls' weekends. So it's pretty awesome. And the next thing I want to talk about is the Success Club trip. So this is an annual trip that Beachbody puts on for those people who, again, have helped people every month. And I have a little funny story. So last year I got invited to the Success Club trip for 2019. It was in March of 2019 this year. And my husband was like, no, don't agree to it. Like, it's too good to be true. They're going to ask for money. Like, no, we're not going. So I kind of like resented him for the next few months. And then I got so we turned it down. And then in January, I was like, you know what? I'm going to go on this trip. So I ended up opting in, and I told my husband, I'm going to go. I'm not paying anything. Like, he thought that it was some like scam. And I said, you can either come with me or not. Sure enough, as you'll see in the top right picture, took him on I think it was 6-day Caribbean cruise. We got to go to Haiti and Bahamas, and it was the most amazing trip. And my husband has now apologized a million times for not believing that it was like that I really earned it. And he just fell in love with the company and the mission even more. But it's so cool because as you see, Jessie brought her 2 kids. We've got to bring our husbands. Some people got to bring their siblings or, friends or moms or dads. And it's so cool to be able to literally not pay anything, get spoiled with all this food and drinks and just these live workouts for doing your job. Like that is mind blowing to me. And next year we'll be going to Punta Cana. Every like early in the year, there's always a trip. So that's something so awesome that you can earn for you and your family as well. And then there's also 2 conferences a year that this is Beachbody has put on 2 conferences. One is usually in the beginning of the year, and it's a new leader conference. So those people that are newer in their business can qualify for this. And it's just a weekend, usually in Santa Monica, where you get to, again, have trainings and bonding and just learn more about the company and just get inspired. And then in the fall is a leadership conference where it's the same thing. And it just usually takes your leadership up another level. So super fun. And there's so many opportunities just to get appreciated for your work and for growing your business and income.
All right. And Alex just talked a little bit about the retreat, and I want to just talk to you guys a little bit more about the sisterhood that you get to create with this, because like she said, when you're 30, I'm 33, but same thing. When you're around that age, you really stop having any sort of like group outings. Like, you're lucky if you get like a night out with your girls. And also, like, I didn't have a lot of good girlfriends. So I was like Monica, who had a lot of drinking friends and who had friends that really weren't the best of friends. They were more people I was just friends with for so long. And when I started this business, while it was to get healthy and feel better and teach my daughter that and to grow an income so I could be home with my kids, I had no idea the amount of the community and the support and the accountability that I was going to get from it. I had no idea that there was going to be a sisterhood that I never had. I was never in a sorority because I commuted back and forth when I finished and got my bachelor's. And I never had that part of my life. And so this is literally, to me personally, it's like having a sorority. It's like having a group of girls that are all trying to do the same thing. Like, imagine yourself being on a weekend with a bunch of girls, you're in a house, you're being spoiled with swag, and you're doing trainings, and you're sitting there doing photo shoots and feeling your prettiest, and you're working out every single morning, and you're staying up late because you're talking about your whys and your goals and your visions. It is so powerful sitting in that room and just hearing everyone's stories, whether it's people dealing with not being able to get pregnant or miscarriages or divorces, or people dealing with just not feeling like they're enough, and now having this group that is encouraging them and that is pushing them and reminding them they can do hard things. And something that's really huge for me is just the power of faith that has really grown for me over the last 4 years. I truly believe God put this in my life, and I truly believe I've never had friends that I could stand in a kitchen with and that we could pray for each other. And that has been so powerful for me because it's something that I never knew really existed out there, because I didn't have friends that were into their faith, and I didn't have friends that were working out. And yes, you guys, we still have wine, we still have beer, we still have mimosas. Usually you're drinking mimosas while getting ready for your photo shoot. So we are human. We're not like, oh, you're only working out and you're only eating clean. There's candy and chocolate and all of those things at all of our events. But you're also still taking care of yourself. So you are working out in the morning, and then you're enjoying the day with each other. And you're at a beach or you're at a winter retreat, and you're just getting all that extra time to really grow with each other. These people all are people that you might not know right now, but they're going to become your best friends. They're going to become the people that you message when you're having hard times and when you're going through something. I don't share every part of my life on social media, but when I'm going through something hard, my team knows what I'm going through, because those are the people that I know are going to still support me, are not going to judge me, and are going to help me get through it. And it's friendships that I truly never believed were out there. Like, I didn't believe girls could be like this, or that girls could really just be good to each other, because I didn't have that growing up. I had very fake friends. So it's really been cool to see that. And no matter where you are, we are all around the United States. We are in the UK and we are in Canada. And having these little get-togethers, whether it's the conferences or the leaderships or the Success Club trip every year, we have 2 to 3 retreats a year. Those are all times that you get to be with each other in person, and you come back with like such a full cup. I just went on my first retreat without my son. He has traveled with me on every single trip I went on this year because I was nursing. I just went on my first one, which is a couples retreat that we do every year, and our husbands get to go fishing. And we got to mastermind sitting by the pool, and we got to work on what we're going to do next for our teams and how we can help our teams grow. And then we were with our husbands again at night, and your husbands get to be a part of it. It's like so cool to have a marriage where other people are working on their marriage too, and you're coming together all at one spot with like the same vision and the same mission, and really just wanting to make a difference in the world for everyone. So the sisterhood is honestly something that, again, I want to be 100% honest, you have to be wanting to put yourself in it. because we can't ever like force that on you. But the more active you are with the team, the more questions you ask, the more help you ask for, the more calls you get on, the more you're going to grow as a leader, and the more you're going to grow in your business, but also as a person. Like, we want you to become the best human you can be, so that when you're in society, you are just a good person, and that you're feeling so good that you can wave at the person that honks at you instead of flicking them off, or you can open the door for someone, or you can be sitting in a restaurant and the service is bad, and instead of complaining, you can think, hey, maybe that girl is having a really hard day. I'm not going to not tip her, but instead I'm going to understand, because like, for real, everyone wants everything fast, and people stop remembering that everyone is human. We all make mistakes, and no one's perfect. Whether you're sitting in a restaurant and the service isn't what you wanted it to be, or you're sitting in traffic, we want to teach you guys how to be patient and how to just be a good human, because we need better humans in this freaking world. And on to objections. So we only have a little bit left, but this is something that we wanted to touch on for you guys because it is really important. And these are things that we hear, also doubts that we had before we started. So the first one, I'm not at my goal weight. I don't have a lot of followers. No one will want to join me. I'm not confident enough to share. I can't afford it. I don't do pyramids, and I'm not a salesperson. I want you guys to look at that and know all of those statements are things that you are putting into your own head. You are saying that you don't have a lot of followers, and so that's why you can't be successful. Everyone who starts this business, almost everyone, does not have a lot of followers when they start. They're just regular people just like you and just like me that are sharing their journey on social media, whether they're on a fitness journey already or not. They just have an Instagram or a Facebook. So don't think that you have to have a lot of followers. And you don't need to be at your goal weight. Something that we really strive is we want you to feel good physically and mentally. It's not about having a six-pack. Yes, it's awesome if you have a six-pack, and heck yeah, we'll be proud of you. But we're going to be proud of you for feeling your absolute best, for doing 2 push-ups when there was 10 and you used to not be able to do any, for showing up and getting up early before your kids are awake because you know you won't have time later, for making a healthier decision and not skipping a meal or not going and grabbing fast food, for putting something in your kid's lunch like a vegetable or a fruit when maybe you used to only put the junk. Every little thing that you do to be better for yourself and for your family and for the people around you is going to help you grow. And that's what we're trying to do. It's not about a specific goal weight. And to be honest, I freaking hate the scale. And I don't weigh myself really ever, because that number messes with your head. And that number is something that defines you and that people live behind. And I personally, after years of struggling with eating disorders, I don't care what I weigh. I want to feel good, and I want the people around me to want to feel good because of how I feel and how I'm acting, that they can just see it in me. And when you think no one will want to join you, that's just your self-doubt kicking in. When you think you're not confident enough to share your journey, it's just you being scared of who's going to judge you. And the people are going to judge you in life, regardless if you are killing it in life, doing amazing things, feeling your absolute best, or you're sitting at home feeling horrible about yourself. People are going to judge you. Why not give them something to judge you for that you feel so good about? You don't do pyramids. I wanted to touch on this one because I hear that all the time. It's like, oh, this is a pyramid. It's not a pyramid. And it's actually illegal in the United States to be a part of a pyramid. But the thing to know is that you can pass anyone in the business. There is something that is cycle bonuses, but that is something that helps you as a coach. As our team does stuff together and makes an impact on the world together, we all benefit from it, which is why it's so awesome. And also why signing up people and not helping them be successful really does no advantage. So it's not a pyramid where you're like, oh, if I sign up 10 people, I'm ready to go and that's all I have to do. No, it's not like that. You have to help the people that get started, or it really doesn't matter. and not being a salesperson. This is not a sales job. And honestly, when you think about a sales job, or you're like, oh, well, I don't want to sell a product, you're not selling anything. What you are doing is you're going to rock your life. You're going to feel amazing. You're going to do personal development that you need, whether it's on confidence or it's on eating or it's on self-doubt or fear, whatever it is. Maybe it's faith-based and you growing in your faith. Maybe it's for your marriage. Whatever it is, we want you to do the thing that's going to make you mentally feel better and improve the things that you're struggling with in your life. And the things that you are sharing on your social media are going to be the workouts that you are rocking, whether they are workouts at home or they are workouts at a gym. It is going to be what you are doing to feel your absolute best. You're going to share that. And the food that you're prepping, don't worry, you don't need to know how to meal prep. You get access to all of that. And you don't need to know how to create your own workouts or do any of that. It's not like that at all. And you don't have to sell a product. You have to feel so good about what you're doing in life that you just want to keep sharing it and help everyone around you. And if your vibe attracts your tribe, that little saying that you hear all the time, it's really true for this. If you're feeling awesome, you're going to share it and people are going to want to join you. And that's literally why every single one of us ended up joining our coaches, is because when they were doing something and feeling awesome and having freedom in this life, they're like, hey, I want to do that too. And that's what we're doing. It's never about pushing a product. It's getting to know the people you're talking to and also knowing, hey, what are you struggling with? Where can I serve you? Where can I help you? Because maybe they need a fitness routine. Maybe they just need someone to help them with mindset. Maybe they need a little energy boost every single day. You're going to get to know the people you're talking to because you're going to be a good human and you're going to help other people become good humans. If you guys have any more objections that were not answered on there, please just let us know. You can write it in the chat and we will answer those as well. Those are the main ones we get. Oh, and the last one I forgot, sorry. I don't have enough money. Something that I do want you to think about, you will talk, Monica's going to go over this, but talk to your coach who added you in about the different opportunities if you are struggling with money, but also know this is an opportunity for you to change your money struggles. And it's not expensive and there's so many different ways. Monica's going to go over that for you guys, but don't just count it out because you feel like, oh, it's not something I could invest in.
All right, so the only investment you are making to start your online health and fitness business is on your own products and workout programs. So you're basically investing in your own health and fitness journey. So contact your coach if you are ready to join our team and making a difference in the world, and you guys will go over your options. But these two I'm going to go over right now are the most common options. Number one, we offer 2 different types of nutrition packages. If you mainly want to focus on nutrition, we actually have a ton of coaches and customers who follow our nutrition programs and have lost a ton of weight. And a lot of those people that are focusing on the nutrition programs are not even doing our workout programs. And they are seeing like amazing results. So option number 1 is basically if you want to work on your own like nutrition program. But option number 2 is our most popular package to start off with, which is our challenge pack. It's $160. And in this, it's basically like a full bundle success package. And in this, you get every single workout program Beachbody offers, basically like over 80 workout programs for an entire year. It's like a Netflix for fitness, so you can stream the workouts off your phone, off of a tablet, off of your smart TV, off of your laptop. You can even do the workouts when you're traveling, like so freaking convenient. You also get your first month supply of Shakeology, which is our superfoods meal replacement shake. It is amazing, packed with vitamins, minerals, nutrients, probiotics, prebiotics, antioxidants, all the good stuff our body needs to, fuel with energy. You get a month supply of Shakeology. We have both whey and vegan options. Or you get the option of the performance line. In the performance line, you get a tub of our plant-based pre-workout and a tub of our post-workout muscle recovery shake. So you get to start off with their Shakeology or the performance line. You get a full meal plan and nutrition guides, hundreds of recipes you'll have access to, including a cooking show, a shaker bottle, and you will be added into your coach's online support and accountability group. So you can start doing a workout program of your choice, and your coach will help you figure out which workout program to start off with, and just kind of seeing what the challenge groups and this amazing community is all about. So like I said, you're basically investing in your own health and fitness journey, which is so amazing. And you'll start doing a workout program, you'll start drinking Shakeology or the performance stack, whichever one you choose to start off with. And the only monthly fee you are paying for to keep your coaching account active is a $15.95, so $15.95. Basically, it's like a business fee. And this is for your website, your back office, customer service, payroll. So basically, as business owners, we don't have to like take care of inventory. We don't have to take care of shipping and handling for our customers. Like, imagine if we had to do that. Like, Beachbody does that for us. It's so amazing, so convenient. We don't have to do any of that stuff. So that's only $15.95 a month. And then in order to keep your coaching account active each month, you just have to purchase one of our products each month. So you can do Shakeology, you can do the performance line, you can do Beach Bars, which our Beach Bars are our plant-based snack bar. So you have multiple options to choose from our supplements, and you just have to order one of those each month. And we obviously are a product of our products. So Shakeology, performance line, Beach Bars, any of our other products, and then $15.95 for your business service fee. And you guys, for the month of June, all challenge packs are $20 off. So if you were to, contact your coach who brought you onto this webinar and you said you are ready to sign up, you are ready to start helping people, you're ready to start changing your life, it's going to be $140, whether you sign up with the nutrition program or the challenge pack, which I just described for you. So like I said, you're basically investing in your own health and fitness journey, which is pretty darn cool. Am I missing anything, ladies, or did I touch on everything?
I think you got everything.
Okay, cool.
Is there any questions that you guys want to ask that was not answered? Feel free to tell us, or you can write it in the chat. All right, cool. So if you guys have any questions that you think of once you get off, reach out to the coach that added you in, but also reach out to the coach to talk about the different options. Like Monica said, there's different options that you can do. When you do a challenge pack, you do get the coaching fee waived. So you don't even have to pay a coaching fee, which is pretty cool. But there is different options, and they can help you get through that once you jump on a call with them or however you guys are talking to each other. Thank you so much for giving us your time tonight, for jumping on, for listening to our stories, and we are so excited to have new girls join in our crew. Bye, ladies.